straight into Champion Select.
That we are, and this game is, in my opinion, should pretty much be the main event. We have the third place, of course, in We Fight Fire with Funk going against the newcomers, Eternal Gods, and of course, We Fight Fire with Funk is a little bit different from last season. I believe there's only one returning player on this team.
Yeah, they were actually completely reformed after the last tournament. There was a bit of internal struggle between the team members, but the team captain, CTF, kept them all strong, and they pulled through to come to us for the second season of the Amateur League. So well done for them.
Yes, we got some NAL veterans in here, and we've already got some bans going on. And it's going to be Yasuo and Dr. Mundo banned from the blue team. We saw how strong Mundo was in the last game. Even though not picking up that win, it's going to be banned over anyway.
Yeah, and then the Sejuani and Mumu ban. It looks like some serious jungle focus here coming out of the Eternal Gods ban phase. They do not want to give that jungler what he's comfortable on. CTF being one of the more potent members of Fire with Funk from last season, so they do not want to give any leeway to him.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting with that, especially because that's the only team that they could really get some research, the only player that they could actually get some research on from the prior season.
Yeah, of course. It's a big, actually, that's a big bunch of research right there to be lacking on the entire team. I mean, you could say that it's, on one hand, you could say that it's a big importance or big advantage for CTF and his team having experience in the Amateur League, and then on the other hand, it's also a detriment because they've seen him play, they've seen his style, they've seen his team play. So it'll be interesting to see how they work it out.
Should be makings for a pretty interesting game.
Yeah, of course. And it looks like the Rek'Sai pick up right after that. They really want to prioritize this jungle. But, oh, Hecarim insta-lock. Wow. I don't know if that's a jungle or a response to the Gnar. I'm going to assume that's the response to the Gnar in the top lane, so.
Yes, an easy flex pick there, but we already see what's going to be in the bot lane for We Fight Fire with Funk, so that'll actually be a quite interesting thing there. And it looks like we may see a Karthus in here in the mid lane. That'll be very interesting.
Karthus would be the first Karthus we've seen in the tournament. Thus, of course, as soon as we start talking about it, they move the hover. But yeah, either way, exactly. The Vayne. Is this another Vayne who wants to show their mad skills? Because I'm totally down for another Vayne pentakill.
Yeah, if we could have another rival to the Vayne we saw earlier on today, that'd be really awesome. Yeah. Of course, I believe that was a perfect game coming out earlier today. And it looks like Vayne will be locked in, as well as Annie looking to be locked in as well for their mid lane or support flex pick.
Wow, so that's a big statement right there. Annie is one of the biggest threats on that team right now, just with the Tibbers stun, flash stun easy. Now that you don't have to actually buy a home guard enchantment, she can rush that distortion with no fear anymore. So any of those flash Tibber stuns can be really, really detrimental to Fire with Funk's team comp right here, so. Ooh, a Vel'Koz.
That it is.
A Vel'Koz. Oh, a Vel'Koz pickup! It's a Vel'Koz mid lane! Wow, I don't think I've seen a Vel'Koz mid lane in years. Oh
yeah,
my God.
Or we could see it as a flex pick. We could see a Thresh mid and a Vel'Koz bottom, but I don't think that would be exactly likely.
Alright, you can be silly like that, or you can be realistic there, Bacon.
We gotta have dreams, or why do we even live?
True, fair enough, fair enough. But it does seem that it's going to be a Hecarim jungle as Irelia gets locked in. So,
ooh, and that Teemo hover.
Man, there's so much Teemo hover in this damn game thus far.
We could see a Teemo in the mid lane, though, if anyone's support. That would actually be pretty interesting. Into a Vel'Koz, it could be strong, but it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing
No, not even close, of course. You can't start talking about it and expect it to come true. But we got the good old random spam coming out from the last pick of the Eternal Gods.
Yes, but of course we also see what we're going to be seeing with Fight Fire with Funk. We're going to be seeing an Irelia top with a Hecarim jungle, with a Vel'Koz mid, as well as a Jinx in the bottom lane with a Thresh support.
That is a very scary team right there. If Thresh lands a hook, you're as good as dead. Irelia is not exactly one to be trifled with up in the top lane. And it's a Morgana pickup, so it will be the Annie mid lane.
Well, either way, they're both flex. You could, back in the day, you always saw Morgana there as well, but it does look like they are going to be in that position.
Yes.
With an Annie mid, so it should be pretty interesting.
But that is a good Morgana. Depending upon how well this Morgana plays, that is a direct counter to the Thresh. So I really hope this Morgana's shields are on point, because that could totally throw a massive wrench into Fire with Funk's plans.
That's right, it also works for Hecarim with the spell shield, it works with Vel'Koz's spell shield. Vel'Koz could go to a bounce up, but you could easily put a spell shield on someone and get out of there. It's a very good cross support. It also does a restrict counter to Jinx as well with her rocket, as well as her,
Zap.
I believe her Q. And Zap as well.
Pretty much everything. A lot of safety coming up from this Morgana, so hopefully she is on point with those black shields to protect her AD carry. And with that, we got a 3-minute timer delay for this game. So we got an Irelia versus a Gnar up in the top lane. If Irelia can play that well, I think she can totally snowball this entire game. As well as a Hecarim, which is just a really scary engage tool that they have.
Yes. And yesterday we saw a Gnar, and that was actually a pretty scary Gnar that we saw coming across. So
yeah, that was personal best top laner Gnar, if I recall properly. You got Bajak on the top lane Gnar, and he was dominating the enemy team, so well done.
Yes.
But we got.
I still feel the scars of that Gnar.
Yeah, I'm sure you still feel the scars of the Gnar. It was a great game to watch, Bacon, nonetheless.
That it was. Gragas plays for the win.
Yeah. Oh my God, that tower dive on the top lane. Oh. That was something, wasn't it? Oh, or was that
was
you?
A dream.
Was that you?
That was me.
Oh, it
was!
Oh, buddy.
I'll have the insight on this one. I'll tell you how to beat Gnar.
Information going on here. Holy cow.
If one person doesn't work, throw another one in there. If two doesn't work, throw a whole team and see what we can get on that. Flash as well.
5-minute pentakill in the top lane from a horrible tower dive that went wrong. Oh God, that would be great to see. That would be hysterical.
Oh yes, it would.
But anyways,
another one for the highlight.
Yeah, another highlight reel, definitely. But
we've had some good highlights out today as well.
Yeah, we had a pentakill. We had a shit ton. Holy cow.
Yeah, a pretty botched dive, I guess you could say, in the bot lane, resulting in a Diana triple kill. But Diana played with it really well.
We also had a bunch of really nice tower dives as well. So.
Yes, there was. Today has been a quite eventful day.
Yes, exactly, and we still have a game in this one more game after this one to go, so it's a very eventful night for the tournament. Oh man,
yes, it is.
I did not expect the qualifiers to be as exciting as they have been, on all honesty. Last game, and all of the games tonight actually have been pretty damn close.
Yeah, especially that last one. 2-1 fight really decided it, and that second one was just the nail in the coffin. So it's been really close. Other than I think we've seen 2 or 3 stomps really in these qualifiers. So there's some things to look out for. But other than that, I think it's been really close games.
That Diana son, you got it. He knows what's happened. And at that, we got 20 seconds left on the delay, and we're gonna be loading into the load screen really soon. But final thoughts on this champion select: Annie and Vel'Koz in the mid lane is a lot of damage, and Vel'Koz's passive can be very, very dangerous. So. A lot of people don't normally see Vel'Koz in the mid lane, so I'm curious if the Eternal Gods are prepared for that.
Yeah, and that cleanse being picked up by Vel'Koz looks like he'll be trying to play a little bit back against that Annie's damage, so getting prepared for that.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know if Annie really needed the Ignite with the, fire everything, but we'll see how that goes, and we're going to be loading into Summoner's Rift really quickly here.
Yeah, maybe that's the goal there by the Vel'Koz by picking the cleanse. It's not exactly water, but you can think it's water because it's because it's that blue color. So maybe blue does beat fire. That'll be the good question in this whole game, I think.
I mean, that is the direct counter to Annie. So I mean, I really do like to see that pickup with that cleanse. I don't think we've seen a lot of cleanses this tournament, so that is one of the few that we have had. So well chosen by Mr. Vel'Koz. Huge dog. Oh my God, I can't believe that's his name. I didn't look before I spoke.
And Tiny Doc, so we got both in this group here.
Oh
Looks
my
like some
God.
very good coordination between their AD carry and their mid laner.
Welcome to the Average Doc Club, everybody, as we load into the Rift.
That would be a perfect name. Too bad they already have the Fight Fire with Funk name.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be a great game. I can't wait to see it. Some clutch plays have been played and seen off tonight, so it's going to be a great game. This one coming up with the Annie, the Vel'Koz, the Hecarim in the jungle. We haven't really seen anything of yet. The Morgana support, something we've very seldom seen as well. And even the Irelia top. So this is looking to be a really good game.
Yeah, I do believe we saw Hecarim in the top lane. I forgot exactly who it was against, but it was pretty good going over earlier.
Yes, very much so. And hashtag average dog. Let's get that trending on Twitter, boys. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, of course, and while you're there trying to get that trending, make sure you guys can follow us on Twitter. I mean, we may not get that trending, but something that's more believable would be getting us a new follow there. So go ahead and look down below the video viewer where you can actually follow us on Twitter. Check out our website that's very beautifully organized, as well as our Facebook and YouTube.
There we go. And we're loading into the Rift. And we have everyone seeming to be starting with very standard builds thus far.
A lot of biscuits on both teams.
A lot of biscuits. You gotta get them Poro snacks, boy. It looks like a cheeky invade might be coming out from Fire with Funk. They like to get some aggression.
Yes, of course, this team is an older team. Of course, not maybe the same players, but of course, older team, you can maybe expect they have a lot more experience with each other than the opposing Eternal Gods.
Yeah, holy cow, they're going straight in. There's no ward coverage here. They have
Yeah,
no clue that the Morgana, do not go back in that jungle.
Oh my lord, this might be the pickup that we actually see, but it doesn't even look like she's going to go in there. This is actually a really bad pick by the Eternal Gods by not even... They're completely neglecting their blue side jungle.
They know nothing about this. They have no defensive wards, and Hecarim looks to, or Irelia rather, looks to back to go up in the top lane, and Vayne is just skirting. Oh, Vayne, oh baby.
Oh yeah, and watch out for that Thresh. Could easily pull her in there into a very big, as you could say, fanatic.
They're waiting
look.
for it. Oh my god, do they have vision of it?
There is absolutely no vision in the blue, red side.
They can't see Vayne there, can they? No.
Nope, they don't see anything
Oh,
at all whatsoever,
no.
and they look like they're gonna lose it. There's not even a single ward placed by the red side other than in that tri-bush. Very poor job by Eternal Gods by
Yeah,
placing wards.
only one ward placed, and that was in the river, but that's a quick and early blue steal to start off the match. Fight
Yeah, I
fire
think
with
they're gonna
Funk.
play for this.
Boom. Are
Looks
they
like
gonna
it's
give it to
be handled with
Vel'Koz?
Looks like it. Why not when you have that power?
Wow! That's gonna give Vel'Koz a massive advantage in the mid lane. Wow, that's gonna set Hecarim back just a slight bit, but that steal is gonna set Rek'Sai back just as much. That was savage indeed.
And with that being said, I think that's how they're gonna be fighting that Annie, full of fire and full of rage. They're just gonna funk it up.
They're just gonna funk it up indeed. Holy cow. I was specifically waiting to see this match because I know exactly what Fire with Funk can do, so I'm really, really excited to get into the meat of this match.
Yeah, and of course this is going to be favored by We Fight Fire with Funk so far. It's going to be very interesting. We've already seen some of the teams that have been qualified. And it's going to be really interesting to see if We Fight Fire with Funk will actually be standing up to the very stompy victories by those other teams.
Yeah, I mean, even the non-stops in the close matches. Oh, Vayne actually gets chomped, but takes a lot of poke.
Yeah, it looks like the Thresh is going to be pulling down Morgana, going through, and looks like Jinx is going to be able to do enough damage to that Morgana. Are we going to see an early pickup? And it looks like nah.
Just the exhaust spurn, not even the flashes in the bot lane. So overall, even trade.
Yeah, but that mid lane, Annie's getting chunked down by that Vel'Koz.
Yeah, that poke that he can do with the blue buff is just insane.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting centered around that top lane. Hecarim was looking for a gank, but looking like he's just setting up some vision.
Yeah, Hecarim is going to wait until he gets the speed to just roll over these enemy laners before he can go anywhere. He's going to back level 2, 6 CS, 1,000 gold, get himself his talisman. Oh my goodness, that passive onto Annie.
Yeah, and actually this is going to be an interesting one because we actually didn't discuss about with Rek'Sai. Losing that blue buff is actually going to hurt him a lot more than it'll, of course, be good for him. So that'll be interesting.
Of course. It'll obviously hurt him, right?
Missing that hook. Oof. Almost getting in there.
Yeah, like Bacon said, you might not think that Rek'Sai necessarily needs a blue as he has the rage mechanic with the HP regen and whatnot, but
never underestimate that cooldown reduction. That's always a good thing on Rek'Sai.
Big cooldown reduction right there, as well as a lot of experience to be missed by Rek'Sai there.
Yeah, about a half level.
Yeah, so that is still a big takeaway from the Rek'Sai, as Hecarim will be able to keep tied up with his farm at 9 CS with the Rek'Sai. So overall, very well executed by Fire with Funk on that steal.
Yeah, that'll actually be a really defining moment of this game, especially because Red had nothing to do with it, and that's actually going to be a bad thing. As you can see, there's some blue wards out there, but I still barely don't see any red wards out there, especially with how pushed Gnar is.
Yeah.
And he's actually going to fight for this. Hekrum's going in that top lane, getting ready for a gank. The's no vision, and it looks like
the Aurelius stun!
But Gnar's going to be able to jump
bounce!
out. Hekrum's able to use the bounce, but he's going to get the speed, and it looks like he's going to end up hitting him close to the turret, and Gnar's going to be able to get away, but there's a fight breaking in down bottom, and it looks like Jinx is going to be able to get out.
Whoa, that lantern! Wow!
Very good. That shows some good communication there with We Fight Fire with Funk. That might be the deciding thing with that communication.
Holy cow, that was a very good avoidance by Gnar up in the top lane and a great lantern by Thresh in that bot lane. So, alright, I've seen this all night. Jerd, I've seen you lurking, bro. Say something other than lurking, bro. I see you there. I've seen you there for like 5 hours now. He keeps spamming that lurk emote every like 30 minutes, and I was just like, bro, come on, you lurker.
He's got it on the down low.
Oh my god,
for
that's
us.
so funny. Oh, great game so far. Overall, pretty even in the farm, other than the bot lane. Kind of a big difference right there.
Oh yeah, Vayne's able, and I guess I don't know that like Vayne's able to get in there and get some that. I think we do have to worry about the Vayne being later on because, of course, Vayne was that really huge decider earlier, and that's one thing you have to watch out for.
You know,
Digital Esports was able to use it to their advantage.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting too because you don't generally think of Vayne as winning lane. You think of Vayne as going even in lane at best. You know.
Yeah, and it looks like another deviation was just for a second there. It was 14 to 11 in CS difference in the jungle, and I thought that was kind of interesting with, you know, losing the blue camp, but with still having an ahead Rek'Sai in the CS. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see that. Oh my god, Jared, you are the man. Now he's just spamming random emotes. I love
Some
it.
pretty neon. It looks almost like a neon cat in the.
And happy.
emote.
Oh no, it's a Poochin. It's the Christmas Poochin. I think,
See it.
if I'm right. I don't know. It's tiny. It's really tiny. I got to squint. I don't have my glasses. I don't wear glasses, but I don't have them anyways.
Even with the glasses, I can barely tell. I see eyeballs, a smiley face, and some rosy cheeks. But maybe we'll be seeing some rosy cheeks in this game by messing up their plays, and hopefully they'll be a little embarrassed.
Oh my
If you're not embarrassed,
goodness.
you don't know you did something wrong and how to improve it.
That's so great. And that's the whole point of this, is improving. Oh!
Right. Oh, and he actually got the spell shield popped on them.
That was
So-
really close.
Yes,
But that would have been a good black shield by the Morgana, so
that it would have.
having those quick fingers is good for that Morgana. Shows that she'll be able to pull that black shield out in those clutch moments when she needs to save her carry, so. But even still, with that blue buff steal going over to the Vel'Koz, she is still down in farm, so.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if that would actually equate. It might. I don't think it'll come back to haunt him. I think that's still a positive pickup there by picking up that blue. Got some early sustain. I mean, of course, still gonna be behind, but I mean, they got a free blue buff out of it, so.
Yeah, it allowed him to push Annie out of lane just for a little bit, if not. So, gave him
He's
a
still
little bit
holding
of
pretty
free
good
farm.
against her.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Or she, whatever Vel'Koz is. I'm still not too sure on that.
We'll see how it goes, but a little bit of trading up at the top lane. Irelia gets the stun, pops the Hyacinth shield, and her
Oh, the ult
ultimate.
coming out. It looks like Nar's
Irelia.
about to go Mega Gnar though, and he does have his ultimate. That's not too much of a smart move there with that health buff coming out when he
I
gets
don't
Mega
know.
Gnar.
Irelia does have her true damage, so she is
Yeah,
not
and
to be
Hecarim,
messed
true
with.
damage.
Oh!
It looks like Nar's getting a Mega Gnar, but here comes Hecarim, and it doesn't look like they're going to be going on the turret, but we did see a flash get popped there by Gnar. So it's, I think that's an even trade, losing a flash there. I mean, no reason there, but it looks like Rek'Sai, excuse me, is going to be taking out that purple ward there in the tri-bush.
Yeah, it's interesting there. If Hecarim had been level 6, then he probably would have been able to dive that, but he was just probably 1 or 2 camps away from it at that point. Yeah, he couldn't have ulted him.
He just now got it with that blue.
He just got 6 now, so.
But see, that's actually a good thing though. Like that just shows the communication, and that jungler. I think that Hecarim is gonna be very strong because he didn't go for it. He knew he would have been in a mess of trouble, especially with Rek'Sai up in that area. Good call by him not going in on that. If he would have had the ultimate, it would have been a completely different story. But he did a good job on that.
Yeah, that was really good communication to not be overhyped about that possible turret dive, but. Oh, the farm differential in this bot lane has been completely caught up, and now Jinx is in the lead. What happened down here?
Yeah, and excuse me, Vel'Koz is actually getting into that position where he's going to be able to catch up with Annie in CS. But of course, as one thing that we have to be noticing today is CS actually hasn't been the decider in this. Most of the teams that have won have been close or two behind in CS.
Yeah, exactly. So we have definitely showed and exemplified just how important team play is as opposed to individual skills and mechanics. If there's one thing you learn from this, everyone, it is that team play over individual play.
That it is. And that the team play has been the main decider, and if Team Fire with Fun can actually pull that out like they could have last season and actually had that whole time to actually get prepared and get in good communication strokes, they can actually use that to their advantage against this team. So far, there has not been a single Dragon Bit picked up. Rift Herald is still live. Not a single turret's been hit down, and everything's about even with the 0.1k gold lead going over back and forth between the two teams.
Yeah, pretty much very standard and even lanes thus far. We've had a couple of repeat ganks up top lane from the Hecarim. Rek'Sai has just kind of been hard farming though.
Ooh, and Annie! Looks like Annie's gonna be able to survive just barely, but it doesn't. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna get away. But the Jinx ultimate's coming down, and it's gonna be missing just 2 centimeters.
Wow!
That is gonna be a harsh moment for all the teams to despair.
Jeez.
If anybody's gonna get rosy cheeks, it's gonna be that Jinx. Get a little bit of color on that white face of hers.
Holy cow! Oh, the Chomp is gonna pop the black shield so she does not get caught by them. And it looks like still a very even game.
Yeah, back and forth though. Like both teams, I think this is the game of misplays both, but it looks like there's gonna be a lot more vision out there by red team on that Dragon Pit. Other than that Scuttler, and it looks like a mishook going over there on that Morgana, excuse me.
Seems a lot of poke onto the Vayne, but the flay onto Morgana, the zap misses. An even trade in the bot. Holy cow, these teams seem to be very evenly matched thus far.
Yeah, this is going to be a really close one. 11 minutes in, and but it looks like Annie's the only champion to be able to beat that 100 CS.
Yeah.
So there is still a little bit of a lead. Not that much. That lead is starting to close between those two champions, with only about 7 CS between the two.
Yeah, interestingly enough, the Rek'Sai has been hard farming the entire game, and only now is looking bot lane. However, that ward is actually going to spot him out. Wow, that's actually a very well-placed ward by Fight Fire with Funk to spot out that Rek'Sai.
Yeah, and I think this is actually going to be a very important thing. I mean, Rek'Sai's been in that jungle trying to get caught up with that Hecarim in the jungle CS, but I think that's going to be a bad thing. Hecarim's gotten a couple of good ganks out, and Rek'Sai hasn't gotten that much, and they're still a very, very even in that jungle CS.
Yeah, Rek'Sai has not spent any time ganking, and Hecarim is even in farm with him, so overall, Hecarim is just playing more pressure in the jungle than this Rek'Sai. Ha, Annie, taunting and getting a rocket to the face for it.
Yeah, and that's true, but I think that's actually one of the things that's actually really good for them picking up that red.
Like oh my goodness!
But not again, but it looks like Jinx has the ultimate. Is she going to try to throw that down again? That would be very embarrassing for both teams, possibly. But it looks like Aurelia is going to go in there on that Gnar. Gnar's really close enough to get Mega Gnar, but it looks like it's going to be enough getting in there. It doesn't look like we're going to see the end of that fight here soon.
The rocket! Oh, nothing.
Way off the miss, but here comes a...
Hey!
Ooh, going down. It looks like Vel'Koz is going to be hit. Looks like a flash coming out there by Rek'Sai. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to pick up the kid.
Oh,
What going over to Vel'Koz? Hecarim coming in with Annie, going down on that ultimate, doing the smite, getting some damage. Will he be able to pick up another kill? This will be a great start for We Fight Fire with Funk, picking up that first blood in the mid lane.
Wow, Vel'Koz just has so much damage. That was a big play for Vel'Koz right there. Popped up.
Oh, Annie! He getting up the kill, but it looks like Hecarim is able to get in there.
Oh,
whoa! It looks like we're down in the bottom lane. Thresh is able to get that hook, and it looks like now we're going to be seeing the black shield. Jinx is going to be putting down the damage on Vayne.
Jinx is going down!
Vayne's going to be picking up the kill there, and it looks like possibly a double kill. There's enough mana on Morgana getting that stun, and it looks like a double kill there.
What?
This game is completely turned out of everywhere. Mid lane looked like he was going to get the advantage there with Huge Dog, but it doesn't exactly pan out.
Holy cow!
That's some crazy stuff going on there. So, yeah, first blood went over to Huge Dog and ended up getting that nice kill, and then completely throwing that fight mid, and there's another fight down bottom.
And ended up getting the Huge Dog handed to him after that first blood he got.
Yeah, what looked like a very slow game is getting really heated up right in that patch, and it's probably gonna be our luck for another 20 minutes of boring gameplay. But let's hope not, and we keep with this pace.
This has been an insane game. 14 minutes in, we got 5 kills, but ganks all around, and that turnaround in mid lane.
Irelia's gonna be able to get the kill on that ultimate, and getting out of the turret, and Hecarim's gonna be caught up by Rek'Sai, but it looks like Vel'Koz is right there as well.
Rek'Sai, you don't want to be there. That's a lot of damage Vel'Koz has.
Nice, Vel'Koz picking up a kill there. So this game is gonna be really hard, but of course the first turret is still standing, so no turrets have been killed yet.
Hecarim's gonna get this lane pushing up in the top lane, shut the Gnar off a bit, but Jinx and Vayne just chilling out in the bot lane. Oh my god!
Yeah, but Vel'Koz is going. Excuse me. Vayne went aggressive there.
Those silver bolts do a lot of damage.
Yeah, the gold's about even down in the bot lane, of course. There's 2 kills on Vayne, but there's 126 CS there by, excuse me, the Jinx. Getting all these names mixed up. It's a very high action game so far.
Oh man, that trading in the mid lane right now. That passive does a lot of damage, Andy. Be careful. Once Vel'Koz gets his ult, you're donezo if you stay too close.
Yeah, and it looks like there's going to be more fighting there, and it looks like we're not going to see the game out. There's no ultimate there on Vel'Koz.
Annie!
But here we go. Nar's coming down in the lane, but he's been seen by that ward in the bush, and it looks like he's not going to be able to do much. Of course, while this has all been going on, top lane has lost its very first turret going over to that Gnar. Objectives going down already.
Well said, Jared. Well said. Oh man, Annie is getting poked to oblivion in this mid lane by the Vel'Koz, but she does have Flash Tibbers available if she thinks she can do it.
Yes, and I believe Annie actually has a gold lead there, which is going to be very interesting.
She does have about a 400 gold lead in the mid lane. So very interesting to see how this is going to work out. Still,
actually, gold's about even between the two of them right now.
Oof.
Actually, no, excuse me. I'm looking at the wrong stat. My bad.
Hecarim in the bot lane right over the wall. He has his ult.
Gold's about even. Hecarim and Rek'Sai both have about even gold going out.
Oh my goodness, a flash engage! You're gonna turn right back onto Morgana after Vayne tumbled out of it. She actually condemns them back. The black...
The turnaround there, though.
Oh my goodness.
And there's going to be a fight going on the top. Irelia's going in on Gnar. Gnar doesn't have a Mega Gnar, but it looks like he's going to be able to get it. Going out of Flash on Irelia and the fight. Oh my god, he's really close, but Gnar isn't going to be able to succeed.
That was so close. Gnar almost pulled a clutch move there with that passive proc. He almost got hyper and got a kill.
Yeah, it's a very nice game coming out here. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying this, the viewers. It's been a great one.
Yeah, this is a great game. Holy cow. The zap misses from the Jinx. Whew. As Hecarim picks up his red buff, he looks to buy some stuff, and ooh, the knock up on the Annie in the mid, the ultimate Annie! Oh,
Trippers! Oh, that looks like, he's gonna get killed! It looks like Vel'Koz has the least amount of health, but the Ignite isn't actually gonna be able to do anything! And now we're going in the top lane, Mega Gnar going in on that Irelia, but Irelia might actually
the ultimate! Gnar does so much damage!
Oh, I didn't even get to see it. Jinx picking up her first kill of the game, trying to even out that gold spread.
Oh my goodness, the rocket.
All these plays happening at one time.
I know, right? There's only one camera to actually show everyone what's happening. Please be courteous to the stream, everyone, and let us see the players.
Yeah, despite the kill lead down bottom, there's actually a 1,000 gold lead between the two ADCs, so that'll actually be really interesting.
Yes, there is. Jinx is actually pretty big up there. But overall, the gold difference is only 1,500 gold for both of these teams.
Yeah, we fight fire with Funk. This might be their one opportunity to try to go for second or even first this time, as getting third last season. Or they might just end with the dust, as well as the other 4 teams that have already been left behind.
I mean, it seems that both of these teams are pretty evenly matched thus far in individual skill and team play. We've just had slight bits. Oh, the Rek'Sai engaged from the Vel'Koz. Both Void creatures going at it.
Yeah, and it looks like that fight won't end out anytime soon. It's back and forth, just watching out. Hecarim might be able to get anything started, but it doesn't look like they're going to be starting. It looks like they're positioning for a top lane. All 3 people going top, but there's a fight going down bottom. It doesn't look like there's much going to be started here, as it's just a back and forth poke.
We need a Be Courteous sub emote. Okay, someone needs to write all these emotes that we need down.
Hey, how about the stats guy takes care of it? We could have a vote, and that could be counting his stats. More jobs,
man.
right?
More for his job. He has such a big job already.
We could have a stats emote too as well.
Stats guy emote, yeah! Holy cow, the engage in the top lane. Nar gets the stun on the Aurelia that throws a house in her face. But Hecarim up in the top lane dives onto the Mega Gnar. He's gonna run up with the big Gnar ultimate! Oh my goodness!
Oh my god, Aurelia is just barely getting alive, and it looks like Hecarim's gonna get out as well. Nar isn't able to get anything, but Nar is still going in. An ultimate defensive coming up on Hecarim. But they're both gonna get away, and Nar isn't gonna be able to get anything down there.
Ooh, holy cow, so much clutch play right now.
This game is so crazy. This is going to be a really fast game, though, if it keeps up like this. Top lane is just getting pushed in, and it looks like they're going to be losing a second-tier turret there.
Yeah, We Fight Fire with Funk have not taken a tower. Rek'Sai goes in on the Vel'Koz. It's a little bit of poke, but... Oh, the Chompa's in the bot lane. A little bit of trading. The hook does not land. Annie's roaming down.
But the ultimate goes out, getting the kill by Jinx. And it looks like Vayne's going to go in on that Jinx, though. And the Timber's ultimate. It looks like they're going to be able to do enough damage to Vayne. Vayne's going to get built down.
Vayne goes hard, but she gets a third shot.
Successful dive, getting that shutdown gold.
Holy cow.
This is the fight. This is a great game so far. Such a boring early game. But this has been a really good game, and it's still a really close game in overall.
This is insane. This is a fantastic game. This could be like the finals.
This could be the finals.
Holy cow.
Either one of these teams could easily go to the finals. Of course, after this, we have the tournament bracket that we will be ending soon. Of course, there is a possibility of having a loser's bracket, so the loser could actually still be a really strong contender for that title.
Yes, of course. There is always the possibility of two strong teams going against each other in their qualifiers, but oh my goodness, the damage on the right side!
Be able to pick up the kill! Getting the kill out.
Oh my god. What the heck's going on here? Gnar is still split pushing that top lane. Irelia and Thresher there, but they see the ward coverage. Gnar knows he's over his head, and he has to bounce out of there. But
yes. And now as we look at the gold difference, there's about a 200 gold difference, and he still has the gold lead in between the two mid laners, even with those 3 kills to Vel'Koz. Irelia is going in on that Gnar yet again. It looks like he's going to be able to actually put some damage down on him. Throwing down those ultimates, but Mega Gnar is coming out soon, and here comes Hecarim coming out. Oh, that Mega Gnar turn is going to be the one that decides if Hecarim's coming out. Mega Gnar going down. Oh, no! Getting picked up. It looks like there's going to be 2 people to follow in. An ultimate coming out. That was a kill that actually took a lot of it. It took down 2 ultimates, and I actually got a kill out of it. I don't know who won that one.
That was a wonderful play played by the Gnar. He may have been going down, but he wanted to take someone with him, and that Irelia got a little hyped up there with not waiting for the Hecarim to come back her up.
That is right, and the first turret for blue team actually gotten taken down. Vayne's actually going really aggressive on here. Morgana's going right through the turret. John, looks like Jinx is going to be melted down. It looks like Morgana's going to get the kill. Thresh is just now coming back to lane. And it looks like Vayne's going to get more damage. This could be a double kill here, but it looks like Vel'Koz is here as well. Vel'Koz throws
the double geometry!
Really low. Here comes Hecarim!
Holy Toledo!
And a kill for Hecarim!
What the heck is going on?
We might actually see a dragon play coming here. Rek'Sai is in the distance getting the Scuttler, but it looks like this fight's going to go there, and it looks like they're going to be able to pick up this dragon.
Yeah, holy cow, I was not expecting that to happen in the bot lane.
Very good, and it looks like Red's going to actually come and try to contest this, but I don't think they'll have much success.
Oh my goodness, looks like Fire with Funk are finally going for the objective game, taking that dragon. Oh my Vel'Koz.
Gnar's coming in, will they be able to seal it? But no, blue team's able to secure it.
Vel'Koz goes down!
Shut out by Gnar! Gnar's coming out for his team. That is the main thing to watch out. Gnar is the most fed and has the most gold on their team, currently tied with the mid laner, just about.
Wow, this is insane. Fight Fire with Funk got that first dragon, so they have that percentage buff, but it cost them 2 deaths. Was it worth? Now they're pushing the mid lane turret down. They have all the pressure they needed to get this turret. That's the second outer turret down for Fire with Funk.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. This is actually going to be, I don't know, this looks so close, but it looks so far as well. It looks like they're going to be able to push down this second tier turret. It looks like the team's going to be able to keep them away. Smart pull back on the side, of course, of the Eternal God.
Has so much wave clear. Her rockets do so much damage. Holy cow.
This is quite the upset game, you know. Five Fire with the Funk was pretty much the ones that I thought was actually going to be able to pick this game. Not exactly easy, but have a pretty good time with it. They looked really strong last season, of course, with the Red Rose.
TP in the bot lane! Irelia Thresh going hard under the Vayne. The hook lands, Irelia pops the ultimate, the Haitian style. The true damage is too much for Vayne, and she goes down to the Irelia, finally picks up a kill.
And there's going to be 4 down in that bot lane. They might be able to pick up another turret to try to equal out the turrets, but they won't because there's 3 turrets down by the Eternal Gods.
This Thresh and his lanterns and hooks have been insane.
Yeah, this bot lane is incredibly stacked as well.
Yeah, holy cow. But I gotta give MVP so far to this Thresh. He is on point with all of his skill shots. That lantern saving. Oh, Nars!
Ooh, Nars, actually, that's the first one he's missed. Vel'Koz going with the damage. Catching up. Will Nar be able to get away? And it looks like he will. But no, he's really low. Could we see a Jinx ultimate? No, because she already shot it.
Oof. That was insane.
But that did answer the question. Who's better, the Vel'Koz 4-2 or the Gnar 4-1? And I think the Vel'Koz actually won that fight. And that was actually a fight that they both had ultimates. They both had all their health. I think Vel'Koz is actually the winning on this one.
Yeah, Vel'Koz really did something to that Gnar. Missing that Gnar ultimate turned to be huge in that skirmish up in the top lane. So that was nearly a 1v1 for that Gnar, but he was able to bounce out of there and flash, and he was fine, so.
Right, but overall, it looks like Rek'Sai used his ultimate to go get his red buff. It looks like everybody's getting around mid, but it looks like they're going to be going down bottom because of that bottom lane combo. Rek'Sai, yeah, Vel'Koz picking up another blue in this game. His own this time. Looks like we're going to have a good fight mid here soon.
Yeah, definitely. Holy cow, we got an ARAM going on right now. 5v5 in the mid lane. Jinx lands a zap onto Annie. Gets a little bit of poke out there. They do have the wards to stay safe under their tower.
Yeah, this one's going to be really good. This could be a really deciding game win here because I believe Dragon still has some time. Gnar's going in with his Mega Gnar, not able to catch anyone out.
That's not good for Team Eternal Gods. Once that Mega Gnar runs out, Team Fire with Funk should be able to go on the offensive.
Yes, it's going to be very good. This is a great game coming out.
Irelia trying to get the flank, but Rek'Sai gets the catch out, and Irelia has to burn the flash. The hook lands onto the Rek'Sai! Oh my god,
Oh, down, Jinx, triple kill! They're going to be going more in there. All their damage dealers still have health. Gnar, Vayne going down.
Vayne tries to get big.
Still alive. Jinx still alive. Get shut down by the Gnar. Vayne's still alive as well. Will they be able to get Gnar? Will Gnar and Vayne be able to do it? Double kill coming out by Gnar. Gnar getting finally shut down. There's still Vel'Koz up. It looks like he'll be getting down by Irelia.
That's an ace for Fire with Funk. Beautiful team fight. That was insane. They were all set up perfectly in a row for that Vel'Koz ultimate, and then that Jinx rockets just plowing into him. It's too much for the Eternal Gods to handle. Holy cow, that was a fight.
And this will be a second tier turret going down, evening out the turrets difference between the two teams.
Wow, that was an insane team fight. But bot lane is pushing towards Fire with Funk, and it looks like they're pinging towards the top lane to get the last outer of their Eternal Gods team. And they should be able to get it just fine, as no one from the Eternal Gods is close enough to respond to it.
Yeah, this is a very good game. The fights have been explosive.
Yeah, you say that again. Holy cow. Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, and we're...
Towers going down for the last outer tower for the Eternal Gods.
Yes, but we also got a lost turret down, so they're still even in turrets. Because of the minions down bottom. Jinx wasn't able to get there in time.
And even still, the gold difference is now only 2,000 gold in favor of Fire with Funk. So that was about a 3,000 gold difference right there. So very well done for that team fight. That was just exactly what they needed. Waited for the Mega Gnar to time out, landed a beast Thresh hook, and then a wondrous wombo combo down that Raptor pit.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy fight, and we may see even more of that, and it looks like the We5 Fire Funk is actually ahead with the gold lead and kill lead as well. This is going to be a very good game, and they even have a Dragon lead, but Dragon's going to be up in 19 seconds, and it looks like Eternal Gods has the ward coverage. Not exactly the numbers advantage with Gnar doing that split push top.
Yeah, this game could go on for much longer. It's almost a 30-minute game. Thresh pops.
Yeah,
Talisman.
Thresh going in.
Oh,
He's
the
going into that
condemned
Vayne.
saved
Vayne's
her.
gonna be good. Oh, he misses the hook. And it looks like the Jinx ultimate's going in on Vayne. Vel'Koz still going on that Vayne.
Ooh,
Vayne
he's
is
up the
gonna be
ultimate.
able to get killed. But he gets Vel'Koz at the same moment.
Jinx in vain.
And ultimate coming out by Hecarim. This fight's still going on. Thresh is getting taken down by Rek'Sai. And here goes Jinx. And here comes Hecarim. Hecarim's the only one alive in this fight as Gnar comes in. Looks like an easy pickup for Eternal Gods. And this might just be another deciding fight. All fights are deciding, of course.
What is happening right now? It's going back and forth. Irelia was top. She had TP. That could have been her moment to shine right there. The TP in to stop that kill onto the Jinx. But it seems like the Eternal Gods have some miscommunication as they decide to go to the mid turret instead. But the team from Irelia looks to stop that. Annie does not have Tibbers. Pops the ultimate for the
He's
wave.
going in.
Goes in.
Irelia might be able to get some kills. The people are low, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it.
Not enough.
But all of the team
Morgana's
is going to
taking the
survive, and it
tower.
looks like we're going to be losing a turret as well. Jinx will be up in 9 seconds.
Rek'Sai.
Ultimate should be up when she gets up, so there is a pretty good potential for some snipes, because there is some vision there by We Fight Fire with Funk.
Wow.
I think that was a huge misplay there by We Fight Fire with Funk. They had the numbers advantage. I don't know why they went for that fight, because I really started going top to go against that split push.
Yeah, they blew so much for that single potential pick on the Vayne that they kind of tunnel vision and forgot about their backside.
Very disorganized fight. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. That could decide the game, and because we already have a shift in gold lead, this is being a really good game.
I would love to see the gold difference chart just fluctuate. I want to see the end of this game, the gold difference, because the chart's going to be up and down all over the place. Holy cow.
As we break 30 minutes in the game, there's no clear winner in this game, everybody.
Yeah, it's very even. Only 1,000 gold separates these teams, and it keeps going back and forth between the two of them. So, very up and down game for both of these teams. Either one of them really deserve to be in the tournament. Holy cow. Obviously, Fight Fire with Funk want to make their second appearance in it, and Eternal Gods look to make their first.
Yes, this will be a very interesting. It looks like they're going to be fighting around this Baron pit this time, and it looks like Vel'Koz picking up another blue buff, and they're going to give the red buff over to Vayne on the other side.
Wow, very good plays coming from both of these teams. This is... I think every game consecutively we've said this is the closest game we've had thus far. But I definitely think this is the closest game we've had thus far.
Yeah, I mean, this one's been really good. I think they've all been really even games today, opposed to yesterday's stomps. I think there's been more close games today than there was yesterday. So it's very interesting. This is a really good side of the qualifiers that we're getting to see today.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's also very sad that some of these teams are not going to get the chance to play in the second season of the tournament. So hopefully they'll be around for the third season, get their chance to get their feet wet yet again, and hopefully make it in. And
Yes.
Irelia looking to get caught by the Rek'Sai. Morgana misses the binding. Rek'Sai goes in. Irelia pops the ultimate to try and dissuade it, but condemning to the wall means Vayne gets a free kill. Oof. Wow. And Fire with Funk are now stuck in the mid lane and want to back out as the Eternal Gods look to collapse upon them.
Yeah, and that gold lead is still on the side of Eternal Gods with the two kills as well. This game could still go either way.
Oh my goodness, this is such an insane game. This is 35 kills in 33 minutes, so more kills than minutes in the game, everybody. This is exactly why I love streaming this kind of stuff, because you get to see all of the bloodshed in this kind of gameplay.
Yeah, and the charts are still really close. They each have one dragon. I believe all ultimates are almost up. Vayne's is almost up. All the ultimates on the side of We Fight Fire with Funk have ultimates, and everybody almost on as well on Eternal Gods. This will be a nice, good fight.
He does not have the flash though, so there is one thing to consider.
Oh yeah, as well as Morgana and Rek'Sai, but they're all going to be up roughly about the same time.
Yeah, they all wanted to get in that team fight, but looks like they're trying to bait a Baron here.
Yeah, We Fight Fire with Funk still has that Scuttler there, and as well as I believe a ward in the back of the Baron pit.
Yeah, they do have the ward control of the Baron pit thus far. The Eternal Gods have not done a very good job of vision control here thus far, but it looks like they go to push the mid lane as Fire with Funk face check. Ooh, that is a dangerous face check right there by Fire with Funk.
Yeah, and they got really lucky there, I think. They didn't see anybody when they were there. I think Meganar is still down, so they still have kind of an advantage. But no, actually, it's back up, so they could see a good fight going on here.
He is all set to Mega out again in this team fight if he needs to. The Zap lands onto Rek'Sai. Vayne and Morgana are backing.
Yeah, and I think this is actually gonna be.
Oof.
This is gonna be the main fight. I think both teams have only their inhibitor turret in the mid lane. Baron's up, and the team that wins this could actually win this whole game.
Yeah, this is... At this point in time, this next team fight could decide the entirety of the game. A 34, 35-minute game. Everyone's nearing their full build here. And the team fights have been very clean from both of the teams here. So, in all honesty, this next team fight most likely will be the deciding factor.
Yeah, and this Vayne hasn't exactly had the same impact as the Vayne did earlier in that game with Team Digital at Esports against Paid to Feed. So it's going to be a little bit interesting because the Jinx is actually being pulled out, and I think this is the first Jinx that we've seen so far in this qualifier.
She's doing incredibly well. I don't know if she's the first Jinx, but she's probably the one that's done the best in the qualifier at least. So I may be wrong. You can ask the stats guy. Where's that emote? Where's the stats guy emote, everybody? You better be writing down all these emotes we need. But anyways, a lot of back and forth in the mid lane, trying to get pressure and ward coverage.
So everything is up on all teams. All summoners, all ultimates are up on each team.
Oh boy, this is going to be a very explosive fight.
Yeah, Meganar is going to be popping right now, so they won't have that advantage going through in the fight. So
this is going to come down to the Annie and Gnar Meganar Rage Bar. If they can play well around the Rage Bar, they can win the fight easy peasy. And if Annie wafts her ultimate, that's a lost fight. There's so many potential things that could go wrong, but as long as they get that really nice engage with a Gnar or an Annie engage, they can pretty much take the fight easy peasy.
Yeah, and that poke's actually really coming out so far for Eternal Gods, which is actually quite interesting, saying they don't have as much poke as We Fight Fire with Funk.
Yeah, I can't wait. There's so much tension right now. They've all been in the mid lane just waiting for something to happen. Morgana.
I think that dragon's going to be what's going to happen, spawning in 1 second, and now it's live on the Rift, so it's going to be quite interesting who gets the fight.
Both teams have one dragon, so this is only the second dragon.
Yeah, and they actually... Eternal Gods have a ward right in that bush, and they aren't aware of that. Fight Fire with Funk's going to be seen.
Yeah, Fight Fire with Funk know that there's a ward in there, a pink ward in there. They do not want to face check that. They're not going to do anything overly risky. As both lanes, solo lanes, are pushing into Fire with Funk. They look to swap to push the lanes out, and the dragon is left alone.
Yeah, they were around it, but then they stopped. I thought We Fight Fire with Funk had that advantage with Gnar going back, but with Jinx going back as well. The Eternal Gods is actually pulling out some good vision control around Dragon, but that might come to bite them in the arse when they actually have to fight for Baron.
Yeah, exactly. And as everyone in the chat seems to be aware of, is as soon as I stated 35 kills, more kills than there are minutes in the game, it stopped and slammed to on its brakes. There have been no more kills since I made that statement. So... Caster's Curse, I'm sorry everyone, I need to stop talking.
Yeah, this is turning more into a chess game than a checkers game. As they keep fighting around those objectives, trying not to get caught out, but it looks like Eternal Gods is going to be able to pick up the Baron as Dragon, excuse me, but it looks like Zarya. Oh, that spell shield is perfect for that.
That Morgana has been really good on those black shields. Holy cow, that saved her life.
Yes, it did, and that flash as well, I believe, being used out, being able to survive that fight.
Coconut, that was way too soon. Holy cow, that's rude. Holy cow.
That's next level, ladies and gentlemen.
That's next level BM. Ooh, almost off the back there.
Yeah, the heartbeat of that, the item passive really said the story for everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Very close. Of course, she probably would have gotten the kill out of there, because of course that is the level 17 Aurelia against the level 14 Rek'Sai, so... I think the Rek'Sai should be the lucky one.
Oh my goodness, this is an amazing game thus far. It has slowed down Slight by a considerable amount, but it looks like Baron is going to be the next objective as the Eternal Gods look to get ward control with that Scuttle Crab pickup.
Yeah, I mean, they're just keep tiptoeing around these fights, but I think that's because they realize that the next fight could decide the fate of these teams in this qualifier and the whole rest of the tournament.
Trying to get some poke. Thresh is gonna go for a cheeky lent or a cheeky hook here. He doesn't get
just
it.
being short of that, Morgana.
Nice binding by Morgana, gonna prevent that engage from the Thresh. Eternal
I think
Gods
they really
wanna
got to
make sure-
focus on either getting Gnar or focusing on getting Annie. Both
Yeah.
of them are just so strong in this right now.
If they can get that Annie, nice
Getting that
hook
Gnar,
onto
they're
the
going to be able to
Gnar.
place down.
Oh my
God!
goodness,
It looks like
but
Morgana's
the
going to get
interrupt-
blazed. It looks like Rek'Sai's going to get down as well. I'm really getting
Holy
Annie. It looks like
cow!
Ghar's going to be shut down by Jinx. This is the fight, ladies and gentlemen. Ult going down. A triple kill from
Wow!
Jinx. This is the fight. This is the game. We Fire folks might be getting it down. It's an ace going across the board. Are they going to push in that turret? It looks like we Fire with Funk. 40-minute games, 21 kills to 19. This is going to be the kill.
30 seconds left on the death timers for that Morgana and the Rek'Sai, and they have all the time in the world to take these Nexus turrets. We got one inhibitor down for that. Hecarim's just going to tank it. He does not care. As I say that, he does go back out, but they're taking this inhibitor or Nexus turret. They're taking the second Nexus turret. Morgana and Rek'Sai are not going to be up soon enough, and after 40 minutes and 35 seconds, We Fight Fire with Funk take out the Eternal Gods after a 40-something kill game. Well played by both teams.
Nice.
Holy cow! That was amazing play by both teams. That was the closest game. Not the longest, but I think one of the closest in gold. Only a 4,000 gold difference on both teams.
And think about how